in his. Steve Guareno, KO Artist Sports. We're here with the one and only Calvin Ford, looking sharp as usual. The shoes matching the fit, everything, to the top to the bottom.
Thank you, man.
Calvin, I wanted to talk about. I've seen videos of Little Tank, you with Little Tank, little like Tank written in his head and stuff like that. I want to ask you, what was kind of your first like memory of looking at Tank and being like, this kid's special?
Well, Tank actually was introduced to me with my oldest son, Kadia Gurley, or Kadia Ford. And Kadia said something to me before he went back to Jersey, before he got killed. And he told me, he said, Dad, I don't care what you do, I'm leaving to go back home. Stay around Tank. You'll be a great role model for him. And then I don't know what my son told Tank. You understand what I'm saying? But they was real close. Every time I looked on my hip, Tank was always there. You know, so that's where the bond really came from. Because I was hurting inside because my oldest boy, you know what I'm saying, went back to his mom's. And I understand the mom-son relationship, you know what I'm saying? But Tank, he brought me through my worstest time. You know, kept me focused so I don't slip back into the world, I call it, you know. And it's been a mutual feeling for both of us.
I feel like you guys have one of the closest trainer-fighter relationships that there is outside of like maybe a father-son relationship, like actual father-son. So it's beautiful to see that you brought him to this point. I know you've talked about kind of seeing the boy become a man. More recently. Elaborate more on that. Like how is it that you see that? What is it that you see?
All the lessons that we went through as a young man, trying to keep them from not going left out there, especially in Baltimore, Maryland. And he made it. You know what I'm saying? He made it through that period of that age bracket where young men get caught up into all types of stuff. And, you know, the level of where he's at in his life, it means a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that he's starting to understand that he's here to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that difference is, but I see he's not the same Tank, you know? The little things that he's doing, that I see him doing, it's like, the other day I see him whip his pad out. It was taking notes on something. I was like, damn, that's Tank? And you know, the things that he do keep amazing me, you know? So I'm just wondering what the future gonna bring.
Man, it's a beautiful relationship to see. What with the events of last week? What's your role in that as far as keeping Tank's like mentality on the fight, man on man? I mean, because there's a man trying to take his head off on Saturday.
He understand that, but we take a negative and turn it to a positive. Sometimes issues in this society is not talked about, and it occurred with him. He did the right thing. He did all the lessons that he didn't put his hands on. That was the main thing. And he spoke his piece. Normally Tank don't say too much. He spoke his piece. But before then, at the press conference, you know, we was getting all the talk. Everybody calling him out. They're supposed to be his friend, woo woo woo, and all that stuff. He said, they said the time is now. You know what I'm saying? And I understood what he mean. Okay, we're gonna give y'all what y'all want. You know, so we're gonna see how they react. That's like this fight, Hector Garcia. This is a fight right here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, it's not a tune-up fight. It's a fight. Everybody started looking at it, yo, this dude can fight. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, we took this fight. It's because we want to show the world that we just not just cherry picking, they say. You know, if you go look at everybody else, right, it's no difference from the greats. Tank got something to prove to the world. You know, and I tell everybody, I'm going to make them stop fucking with Tank. Anytime they step in that ring, they better come correct.
How do you do that? How do you make people stop? Because I feel like not only with the events of last week, but just Tank's always kind of on the, you know, the lips of people like that. And
I'm gonna take you back to Michael Jordan. He used to read articles. He don't do this. He don't do that. In camp, I'm telling Tank this stuff. I'm getting the reactions that I need. And then in that ring that night, you will see it.
Is it made him maybe more dangerous because of all the talk and like the negative kind of feedback from that stuff? And seeing, is it more like now he
this
really
the fight I'm going to see. This is the fight I'm going to see how dangerous he is.
Hector Garcia is a tough guy, champion at 130. People who know what the deal is. Left-handed, tricky dude. Left-handed or left-handed?
Left-handed.
Man, I can't remember the last time Tank fought a southpaw.
It's been a while, but I'm a southpaw specialist. That's all I train.
A southpaw specialist?
Yeah. So it's not a problem.
No. I know. I saw you on the All Access talking about Hector's like kind of sneaky uppercut.
Yeah.
Is that maybe the biggest weapon you see out of Hector?
No, I mean you never know what a fighter's gonna do that night at a fight. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that COVID, he didn't have anything for Hector. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a different. You're fighting Gervonta Tank Davis.
Obviously, with a win on Saturday, the fight that seems to be made, but I heard the contracts aren't signed with the other Garcia Ryan. I know you're focused on this one. I don't want to get into that too much.
That's why I'm getting to all that.
That's why I'm not focusing too much on it.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about this fight right here.
I mean, just like you said, you want people to kind of shut people's mouths and stuff like that. Is that the fight that you think will do it? Will be like, okay, he beat this guy.
We will see which one signed the contracts.
What does that mean?
All of them will notice. All of them.
Is Ryan first in line?
If he signed the contract.
I mean, because that's a fight a lot of people want, right? I feel like that has the mega.
A lot of us want to see fights, but it's up to the fighter to sign the contract. A lot of them beat themselves out and price themselves out. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand it's a business at the end of the day, and there's a lot of money being spent before the fight. It got to make sense if we want to fight. Most fighters want to fight, but sometimes the business get in front of it. Our team ain't gonna let the business get in front of it. We trying to show that we from old school. We throwbacks, and we trying to, how would I say, set example. You know, I hate using his name. I wouldn't say I hate using the name. In the words of Donald Trump, we bringing boxing back.
I see the conundrum with that for sure. We heard a lot about Shakur and Haney as well, and I just want to talk about their sparring. I believe you said that Tank just got off the plane and then went to the gym.
I wasn't
Haney,
there for that, but that's what happened, right? But I find it funny. They can find all the double footage, but they can't find that footage. Ask that question, and I sit there and say, wait a minute, Floyd do got a camera in the gym, but they can't find that footage.
Very interesting.
And nobody had a phone that day, so let's keep it real.
And with Shakur, were you there for the Shakur?
Shakur, he grew up with us. You know, Shakur is a different type of beast. You get what I'm saying? You know, Shakur is not that much mouth because he understands. You get what I'm saying? I grew up with Shakur. Shakur is a good boxer. You get what I'm saying? He know what Tank gonna bring to the table. Tank know what Shakur gonna bring. Young stunner. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be interesting. You know. Again, but I wait till the contract is signed.
I was gonna say with Gervonta being kind of the money guy in the division, Ryan seems to be maybe second. You know, Devin, Shakur kind of right there as well. Is that kind of maybe concessions on their side that they're gonna have to make, being that Tank is the one selling out arenas?
I mean, it makes business sense to me. Is if you're trying to get that bag, you know, the bag speaks over everything. You know, so again, it just. Everybody keeps saying they want to fight. Are you willing to just say, okay, let's do it for this, or you know, whatever that makes sense? That's the trick, you know, to make them big fights.
Right. Hopefully we get him, sir. Hopefully we get him. I love picking your brain on boxing. A big fight. Hopefully we get. I don't know if it's signed either, but Benavidez versus Plant.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I can't wait for that one. I'm always a fan. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to see that. Benavidez is the man like Tank. You know what I'm saying? And Caleb Plant, that's my dude. I call him the slickest white boy in boxing. Love him. Every time I see him, he's never different. You know. So I wish both of them the best. I can't wait to see that fight.
Stylistically, how does it look in the ring, do you think?
Gotta wait till they get the ring. You know what I'm saying? You know, because the last fight I watched, Caden Plank, he was on a different, he was on some different stuff. So I just can't wait.
His feet.
Yeah. So I can't wait.
Just last one. We didn't get it right, like you said. The contract's not signed. Spence versus Crawford didn't happen last year.
It's gonna happen.
You think so?
I know so.
Man, you sounded pretty confident. You're gonna get fight fans excited.
Even though it happened 7 years, it happened, right? It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Hopefully we see it. Calvin, thank you so much for your time, brother. Best of luck on Saturday. It's always great talking to you, sir.
Thank you.